Alright, so last up we were on, was that the Windswept Islands? Or is it, no, we just finished up the biomass synthesis facility, which, not really my favorite. It's kind of tight. It is ticking up on most of the resources, but it's still just awkward to handle. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get too much more out of this without going really hard on... Oh, titanium, and we're barely... Yeah, so I'm not really going to be able to prep this one, but that's fine. Oh, I don't want to save and quit. What am I doing? We're going to the planetary map. So where am I going next? Okay, so let's go back to the Windswept Islands, because that should have all of the resources that I need. We don't have much of this stuff. What's the big limitation here? Spores. Right. Honestly, it looks like the big issue is just a sheer and utter lack of... spores being fed into the system. Well, I guess I'm just going to scale that up real quick. And I'm going to see if I can maximize the output on it. I'm sure it'll be fine, especially if I step away for a couple hours to do another map. But I'd still like to have peak production in every single one of these locations if I can manage it. There we go. I'm just gonna have a second one here. There we go. I'm just gonna have a second one here with a distributor here. Nope, that's a distributor. Because we just want bridge conveyors. There we go. Hopefully that'll spread it out a little bit more. I still don't think I'm going to be outputting enough water, actually. Okay. You know what? Do I want to jam some rotary pumps up in here? Let's just get a couple. Okay, that should give us a lot more water. Looks like this area still might need some rotary pumps, though. Okay. I mean, I could try and get 2 rotary pumps out here. Because I believe rotary pumps work best in deeper water. So I could be fine. Just doing this. Now the only question is how to port it over. I guess something like this. Well, this is ugly. But I will do it. Okay. Looks like we've got enough water pumping into the system now. At least vaguely enough. So I could scale this up more, but I think after a certain point it becomes a fool's venture. So I'm not going to bother. How's this doing? This is not. Okay, so maybe... Maybe we get a couple more rotary pumps here. What are we doing on power? Oh. That's a problem. We're not doing so hot on power. We're in fact doing really, really bad on power. Alright, power it is. What do we think? Solar panels for days? This area is kind of a giant dead zone anyway. Well, luckily I have massive amounts of power storage. But yeah, each one of these rotary pumps, I believe, takes an insane amount of power. 18 per second. So no, whatever this problem is, it's actually just been here for a while. And I just have been lazy about dealing with it. Okay. Let's just get this all slapped around and then let's figure out some kind of steam system. Can move just far enough away. There we go. So that cut it down by a bunch, but that's also only going to cut it down during the daytime hours. So Wander figured out how to make schematics of the things he builds. Nope. Haven't yet. Haven't bothered. I know it's schematic. Maybe? No. I'm sure I could learn, but a lot of the things that I make are very slipshod and awkward. Okay, so steam generator requires... it could require some other stuff. Here's a question. Hold F. I see. That's good to know. Still not terribly helpful with what I'm doing, but that is good to know. Okay. I'm gonna try making some steam generators. Okay. So let's just take the water over here. I have a secondary line of this stuff going here. Okay, so we want to do liquid routers. We're probably... whoops. Oh, I guess it's fine. We're probably going to need to increase the amount of routers we have. Okay. We don't actually want to have that be a router. We want that to be an overflow. There we go. Perfect. Well, that solves their power problems. Doesn't even cost too much. So that should solve a lot? I think we're good. I might have to scale this up. That's the big issue here. This ain't getting much lead. Alright, when in doubt, if I do a liquid router here, bridge conduit, pop that there. Okay, these have got water now, so that should be a little bit better. Alright, so this has got water now. Which means more lead, which means hopefully more pyrite. Which hopefully means more power. Kind of. It's still not perfect, but it's better than it was. Okay, let's have a second line that just kind of divides out here. That way it doesn't get as stuck as it has been. Alright, that's a bit better. So now what do we do? Actually, it looks like the big issue here now is sand. Well, instead of wasting more time, or more power, on sand production, probably better to just do something like that. Oops. Okay, here we go. Now it should start stacking up. There we go. So now we're at peak pyrite mixer. I wonder if I can actually increase the speed on a pyrite mixer. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like that's capped out. Well, honestly, I'd say we're pretty close to peak anyway. And how's our power situation? It's looking good. It's not looking great, but it's looking better than it was earlier. So I guess last order of business would be just build a buttload of batteries and just hope solar will take it the rest of the way. Let's just do that. There we go. Now I got storage for days. Now I got resources for days. And this place should be just loaded with everything we need to launch with. Okay, so planetary map. Where are we going next? Bungle Pass, Stained Mountains. I think we have to go to the Stained Mountains next. There's also tar fields. Let's do Stained Mountains. Alright, let's bring the big stuff, but this time bring 5,000 of that. I had 2,000 of that. I don't even know if that's useful. Okay, so I only have 3,000 of this. We good? I think we're good. I don't think I'm going to need more than that of any of these resources. We've got loads. Whoa, hi. Okay. Pause. So this is definite concern territory. We got a little bit of water. Actually, no, we've got a decent amount of water, but it's awkward to work around. Some amount of titanium. The big issue is, where the heck are the enemies coming from? Probably not there. Probably not anywhere where it's got tons of resources. Could be here, but I doubt it. Maybe it is, actually. Bottom right. Nope. Not this corner. Let's see. Here we go. This is where they're coming from. Awkward. We've got some copper. Okay. So unless they're coming from another location, this is it. Well, this kind of works. Because what I'm going to do is just set up some copper mines here. And then feed them into this situation. Okay. He's here. Let's see. So we'll have one distributor pumping this way, one distributor line pumping this way. There we go. Let's get this slapped down real quick. Let's see, pause for a second. Was it hail? No, it wasn't hail. It was salvo. I might want to leave some room to get some water up in here. And some, and some repair. So, I'm not actually going to be able to power those yet. Let's actually cancel this. Second one there. That way I can get a second mend projector right in there. Okay. And let's do the same out here. With just 2 mend projectors on the side. Can I get a big one in here? Yeah. Pause for a second. How do I want to get this one in? Awkwardly. That's how we're doing it. We might want to rethink this entire defensive line. But I think for now this should be okay. Unless, of course, we end up with flyers. At which point, not okay. Is that fine? No. So in that case, I'm going to cancel that one and replace it with a big one. Right here. There we go. So let's just slap all these around. Okay. Gonna take a bit to build. But at this point, we should end up with a fairly comprehensive defensive line. Okay. That should work. These guns take a while to slap down, but that's fine. We are okay. Or at least I think we'll be okay with this setup. going to take some time. Blech. There we go. I still don't actually have any power going here. And, right, I also don't have any copper rolling in, which we're going to kind of need, otherwise I'm not going to be able to shoot anything. Okay. So now that that's set, let's do a very quick... set of lead mines. Doing kind of the same thing. But with the expectation of just having a number of scatter guns all over the place. Because I don't know what we're going to be up against. And it'll be 1,000 times easier if I have anti-air in place before we actually start fighting. Because who knows, this might be one of those levels that just gives us a bunch of air units, and then I'm going to be very unhappy. You know, I'm just going to extend that all the way up here. Okay. Huh. We've actually got a secondary lead mine kind of in this general area. I don't think I'm actually going to do anything with it. There we go. So now all we have to do is actually power this. You know, for starters, let's go real basic. Get a small deck of solar panels. Their power output is just absurdly bad. But absurdly bad is better than nothing at all. Let's see, how's the tech tree looking? I haven't looked at it yet. It honestly scares me. So I'm seeing a ton of titanium all over the place. Which is good. Oh, wait, hold up. These are... Is this spores? Let's see. Yeah, that's the spore press. Cultivator. I'm not seeing any spore locations here. Unless it's this down here. No, that's all lead. So yeah, I don't see any spore spots. So we're out of luck on that one. So let's take a look at probably steam generators. Steam generator does take spore pods. Takes spore pods and water. Yeah, so we definitely would want rotary pumps, but rotary pumps are expensive. Well, time to rep one of my favorite bands, probably. Because I have no easy other way of powering this area initially. Okay. The grid will be pristine. There we go. Slap all those around. And it is time for solar fields. I haven't listened to them in a long time. Okay, so what do these require? Lead and silicon. So we might actually want to get some silicon production going. Are these the main power draw? What is 90 per second? Well, let's see, there has to be better solar tech, right? I have no idea. I'm gonna be here for 30 waves, so we'll get to experiment. This is also nighttime, which is most definitely the worst time for solar power. But I figure this gives me an edge, like an initial edge, that we wouldn't normally have with some of the other power types. So I'm just gonna do this until we've got a solid like 500 plus 500 power, maybe, or we run into silicon. We're gonna run into silicon first, so I guess I will probably stop here with this and then go make some silicon and grab lead. Let's see, could there be a hydro generator? There is a steam generator, but it doesn't necessarily require power to get jump started. But from my own perspective, it's easier to do so. That pop-pop noise will get old fast. Don't worry, we'll be done with it shortly. As in, I've actually just run out of silicon. Alright, there we go. That's the best I can do. Hopefully this doesn't get damaged, because if it does, we're in trouble. So now we've got to get some lead. Let's see. There we go. So that'll give me a small amount of lead. Now I totally forgot how to make silicon. What does multi-press do? Coal into graphite. Requires water as a coolant. Oh, right. And it's better than the regular graphite press. Okay, so we just need coal and sand for silicon. We don't actually need a whole lot of silicon for this one, so let's just find a decent coal patch. Honestly, considering everything, let's just max it out. Okay. Can I just build it here? Kind of. There's not a lot of room. But I believe all of this is sand, yeah? Yeah. So yeah, let's just get a bunch of silicon smelters down. This might be too many, so let's stop with that. Okay. This is definitely where we probably want to start looking into making... let's see. Start looking into making templates so I can actually grab these later and reuse them as much as I want. Because I'm spending a lot of time building stuff that I don't necessarily need to. Okay. So biggest issue, no power. Grid. Let's see. Let's pause for a second, just so I'm not wasting an egregious amount of time on my grid-based obsessions. Alright, there we go. Some of these areas I'm probably going to use for coal instead. If I do this right here, are they linked up? No. The grid is not linked up. This is false grid. This is real grid. There we go. So I guess the reality is, the grid is fine. I was just off by one. Praise the grid. Perfect. So lastly, I guess I've actually got to get the silicon out of here. Where's my base? There's my base. Problem is I want to stay away from the water. There we go. So what's wrong with you? No power. Right. That's why. Now we've got some power. It ain't much, but we got power. Which means now we've got silicon being produced. We've got some amount of lead being produced. It ain't much, but it should be enough to continuously build up as necessary. How are these guys doing? They're doing decent.